Hi, I'd like to take a few moments to go through how you would approach using the ACT voucher that you have gotten for the fall of 2021 testing. So let's take a look and see what the voucher looks like. I'm going to share the top portion of the voucher, and you'll see that amongst other things, in the upper right-hand corner, there will be an 11-letter or digit or combination code. That is your voucher code. Please understand that that is yours and yours alone, and you are not to share that with anyone else. The bottom half of this image would be the instructions that you will also receive a copy of in an email. Part of the steps involve going to myACT.org, and I did that with a web search. So I'm going to click on the sign in process, and this is what you would have to do. If you already have an myACT account, you would then just continue on and sign in and go through the registration process as you normally would. If you don't have an myACT account as of this point, you need to create one. We're going to go through that. I have registered or tested before. If you have, it will take you back to your account. Or if you are brand new to testing or have not taken an ACT yet, you would click on I'm new, let's get started. So let's do that. I am going to pause this recording while I fill this information out, but essentially what it is you need to have a photo ID. If this is your driver's license, that's great. If this is your school ID, that's great. The name that you fill out on this form must be the same that is on that ID. I am not going to shorten my name or change it. I'm just going to put what I have on my ID here in this information. Make sure that you put in the day, the month, and the year of your birthday, and the email that you would like to have things sent to you from ACT. That could be your MMSD email. It could be another email account. But please make sure it's something that you check often and early. You will then need to put in your phone number. So what this will do, and a password, what this will do is they will verify your account. You'll notice that the phone number is not required. So if you don't have a phone, that's fine. You can just go ahead and use this email that is required up here, and they will send you verification via email. So I am going to pause this right now and go to I'm going to actually fill that out and set up an account, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just filled out the personal information, and I did put in a phone number, and I'm going to share my screen again to show you what the message is when it comes back from that. So check your phone or your email. It's going to be this, and this code that you're going to have is a verification code, and it's only good for 24 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and put that code in, and I will be right back with what's the next step. And we're back. Okay, now I've put in the verification code, and it said confirm my ACT account. Now let's take a look at the next step of what it's asking me to do. I'm given the account back to the login page. I am going to send my account the login that I used. Let's see if I've got that. Guess what? I didn't. I mistyped. Okay, I'm signing in. All right, it asked me several questions, and you need to put this information in. So the United States, it's going to ask me to go through which state actually. So I'm going to put in Wisconsin, the city. You can go ahead and log in for whichever city that your address, your mailing address is. So we're going to make sure that we're here in Madison, picking a high school. And you have all kinds of choices, schools that are associated with Madison. And in fact, I'm being homeschooled or I'm not in high school. So you need to put that information in and then select next. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm not in high school. graduation date. Since I'm pretty old, I'm just going to, let's put this year on here and say I'm going to graduate in 22. Going to the next. Now, here's my ID number. This is really an important thing. You need to make sure you know this or have this available, because this is how they understand, how ACT understands who you are. All right, register for the ACT. So next, I'm going to go ahead and do this. You can see all kinds of information here that might be useful to you. I'm going to register for the ACT. You'll need about 30 minutes, it says. I'm going to use a credit card or waiver. You do have a voucher. So this is where the voucher number is really important. So I'm going to begin registering. I'm going to be testing in the United States. Do I have a disability? Yes or no? At this point, now I am going to do the ACT with writing. I'm going to pick a location. At this point, I'm going to just pick Sun Prairie for whatever reason. Now add to cart. Here's where you're going to need the voucher. In this particular point, let me emphasize that. Okay, here is where you put the voucher. So the code here is the digits that you have, or the letters, either one, and then click apply. You'll notice that the fee then will come down to 0 unless you are registering late. So I'm going to stop sharing, because this is as far as I'm going to go with this process, but this is how you use the voucher to pay for your test. If you do have any questions, you can email me at tpeterson2, that's TPETERSON2, the number 2, at madison.k12.wi.us. Thank you so much. And if you have questions, don't hesitate to email.